Well, last week at this time, the sun was rising over Kentucky, revealing the unbelievable damage left behind after tornadoes ripped through the area there in the dark of night. Connecticut-based Americares, as they so often do, deployed crews in the early hours following the outbreak. Kate Dischino is Vice President of Emergency Programs at Americares. Kate, thank you for being with us. Good morning, and tell us, what are your crews on the ground doing right now?
Americares is a health-focused organization that responds to disasters in the U.S. and around the world. And every single day, we're working with local partners to provide medicines, medical supplies, education, and training. And so our relief workers are in Kentucky now responding to the tornadoes. We're going door to door to understand what health centers need and how we can best protect survivors' health.
I know we've done stories in the past. I've been down there to your headquarters when something happened in Haiti or when something happened in South America somewhere. Is it a little bit of a different response when you're called to help out right here in the U.S.?
Every disaster is different, but we know that in tornadoes, they bring devastating impacts. So what we see on the ground right now are debris is everywhere. There's power outages, water disruptions, and we know that there's been an incredible human impact. And so in times like this, we're really focused on protecting the health of survivors. And when survivors are displaced, we want to make sure that they have access to basic supplies like hygiene kits. We want to make sure that they continue to have access to the critical medicines that they need to protect their health. And we want to make sure that they continue to have access to health services.
I know one of the things that you can do, and we're looking at some video right now of some of the warehousing, is that you can stockpile things like medicine, stockpile, like you said, the hygiene kits. Is that something that allows you to spring into action so quickly that you're ready before something happens?
Americares Global Distribution Center is here in Stanford. And so every single day we're pre-positioning medicines and medical supplies, and we're at the ready for any disaster that strikes. And so when we think about what's needed in disasters, we think about wound care needs. We think about chronic care medicines like insulin or blood pressure medication for patients with chronic care conditions. And particularly in the case of these tornadoes, to be safe in cleaning up, we think about vaccines like tetanus to make sure that folks are safe in the cleanup efforts. And of course, we're operating in a context under COVID-19. And so we want to make sure that personal protective equipment like masks and gloves are at the ready to make sure that healthcare workers on the front lines and survivors are staying protected during this difficult time.
Such important work, Kate. Are you getting any reports back from some of your folks who have their boots on the ground and just how it's going? Because we keep seeing these pictures and it just looks so tough. Is there any progress to report from your people on the ground?
Our team's going door to door to check on health centers. And, this week we've seen health centers that had the roof blow off and the windows blown in. And so the healthcare workers from the facility were actually picking through the rubble that was left, trying to salvage equipment and supplies so they could continue providing care. And so right now that health center is actually moving into a parking lot, working in a mobile unit to make sure that their patients continue to get the care they need.
Obviously, there's such a national and international focus to your organization, but people watching us today, largely here in Connecticut, should there be some Connecticut pride that Americares is leaving from Stanford and helping people out like this?
Absolutely. And we have incredible outpouring of support from residents across the state of Connecticut, and we're incredibly grateful for that. And, the best thing that folks can do if they want to help is to provide financial contributions. And so for organizations who have experience working in this space, who are on the ground, they understand what the needs are and that the needs change quickly. And so those financial contributions are the best they can be. And you can check out Americares.org.
All right. Well, that's just what we were going to go to. It's like you stole it off our note cards. Kate Dischino, the Vice President of Emergency Preparedness for Americares. Thank you for being with us. Americares.org. Go there. You can help out, make sure they're ready the next time they're needed. 164 countries you've helped, including ours. So we appreciate you being with us here on CT21.
Thank you.